Hi. Um, I just wanted to share this sort of video because the suicide rates of teens have gone really, really high, and I just wanted to put out a little hope for those kids that are not wanting to be here anymore, whether it be because they're being bullied or just can't do it anymore. And if you don't really like hearing stuff about suicide, I suggest you don't listen to this. But if you are thinking of attempting suicide, just imagine this. You come home from school one day, and you've yet had another horrible day, and you're just about ready to give up. You go to your room, and you close the door. You take out that suicide note, and you've written it over and over again. You take out those razor blades and cut for one last time. You grab the bottle of pills and you take them all, laying down. Holding the letter to your chest, you close your eyes for the very last time. A few hours later, your little brother comes in and knocks on the door. He has come to tell you that dinner is ready, and you don't answer, so he just walks in. All he sees is you lying on the bed, so he thinks you're asleep. He tells your mom this. Your mom goes to your room and she tries to wake you up. She notices something is odd. She grabs the paper in your hand and reads it. Sobbing, she tries to wake you up. She's screaming your name. Your brother, so confused, goes to your dad. He starts panicking and he tells him Mommy is crying and Sissy won't wake up. Your dad runs to your room. He looks at your mom and she's crying. She's holding that letter to her chest, sitting next to your lifeless body. It hits him, what's going on, and he screams. He screams and throws something at the wall. And falling to his knees, he starts to cry. Your mom crawls over to him. They sit there, holding each other, crying. The next day at school, there's an announcement. The principal tells everyone about your suicide. It takes a few seconds to sink in, and when it does, everyone is silent. Everyone blames themselves. Your teachers think they were too hard on you. Those mean popular girls think about all those mean things that they've said to you. And that boy that teased you and called you names couldn't help but hate himself for not telling you how beautiful you really are. Your ex-boyfriend, the one that told you that you had told him everything, he's in shock. He can't handle it. He breaks down. He starts to cry and he runs out of the school. Your best friend, she's in shock. She can't believe it. Your friends, and they're crying too, wondering how they could never see that something was wrong, wishing that they could have helped you before it was too late. Your best friend, she can't believe it, and she knew what you were going through. She never thought it would get that bad. Bad enough for you to end it. She can't cry, and she can't feel anything. She stands up and she walks to the door, and she just sinks to the floor, shaking and screaming, but no tears are coming out. It's a few days later at your funeral, and the whole town showed up. Everyone knew you, the girl with the bright smile and bubbly personality. The one that was always there for them, and the shoulder to cry on. Lots of people talked about all the good memories they've had with you. They were a lot, and everyone is crying. Your brother still doesn't know that you killed yourself. He's too young. Your parents just said you died, and it hurts him a lot. You were his big sister, and you were supposed to always be there for him. Your best friend, she stays strong through the entire service. But as soon as they start lowering your casket into the ground, she loses it. She cries and cries and doesn't stop for days. It's 2 years later, The whole school talks to a counselor or a therapist at least once a week. Your teachers all quit their job. Those mean girls all have eating disorders. The boy that always used to tease you, he cuts himself. Your ex-boyfriend doesn't know how to love anymore. He just sleeps around with girls. Your friends all go into depression. And your best friend? She tried to kill herself. She didn't succeed like you did, but she tried. Your brother? He finally found out the truth about your death. He self-harms and cries at night. Every night. He does exactly what you did for years leading up to your suicide. Your parents? Their marriage fell apart. Your dad became a workaholic to distract himself from your death. Your mom got diagnosed with depression and she just lays in bed all day. People care. You may not think so, but they do. Your choices just don't affect you. They affect everyone. Don't end your life. You have so much to live for. Things can get better. But things won't get better if you just give up. I'm here for absolutely anyone that needs to talk, no matter who you are. Even if we've never talked before, I'm here for you. And if you think that nobody cares, I do.